Is it worth going back to StreamYard at a 40% discount? We have just a few days to decide that. I have to know by Sunday because that's when the big sale ends. I am Brian. I quit my job for YouTube at the age of 50. This is the series where you guys get to follow along and see all the things that I have to do to get not only one channel but 5 channels going on YouTube. Right now, I'm kind of struggling in a sense that I have to make a decision on using StreamYard. You're going to find out why, because today is going to be a perfect example of why I do love StreamYard, and it's simply for the functionality. It's super easy, but it's for interviewing other people. That part is just so easy to do on StreamYard. I'm not paying $800-900 when the price went up for the full year for 4K recording. 40% off is back down into an area that I think I can make work, but do I want to do it? So I'm testing it out tonight with a buddy of mine, Dwayne, who's coming on, and we're going to talk about, I kind of consider him one of my consigliaries in life, to where am I crazy for quitting my job to start YouTube? So let's run it, and you can see StreamYard in all its glory. And when I say that, it's actually just 720p glory and a big logo of theirs, because this is part of their free program. I just wanted to see if there was enough left there that I'm like, let's pay for the full version. But this is why everything looks so bad. Quitting my job at the age of 50 for YouTube. Tonight we have who I consider my consigliere to the channel, to my personal life. Mr. Dwayne is back. If you've watched any of our episodes on the channel before, Dwayne has stopped in to talk photography, and he's coming to talk, what was that Netflix show that we talked with the jail people?
Uh, God, I forget the
It
name.
was Unlocked.
Yes, Unlock. Good
Because
stuff.
Dwayne, back in the day when he retired from being a corrections officer to become a full-time super photographer that does concerts and weddings and races. Dwayne and I used to shoot together on a lot of events or whatever. Dwayne, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Not too bad. And during the Texas heat,
Yeah, I think maybe even I don't know if the last episode that we did together or not, had you moved from Missouri to Texas yet, or
I have.
yeah. I think you were in Texas, but it was like you had just moved on our last thing we did together. The Carrie Underwood photo, which is still right up there if you see.
Yep,
That's
back there.
Dwayne's shot. That's a one of a kind autograph by Dwayne, who came and gave that to me when he was traveling back through St. Louis the last time. Actually, was that the last time I actually saw you, or did I see you even after that?
I think that was the last time.
Yeah. So, Dwayne, I got a question for you. And I
Yes, sir.
want you to be honest, and I respect your input and I respect how you see things, and I know that you will give me honest feedback, but you're also you have a creative side of your mind too, so I think you kind of may understand where I'm coming from. Good idea, bad idea, quitting my job to be a YouTuber. What do you think?
It's totally you, Brian. Totally you. I'd expect nothing less. Uh, I can't imagine you working at a regular blue collar job. So
It's been
I,
yeah.
I, yeah, I, that's how I met you as a photographer, and I think it's just perfect for you. So,
Well, I mean, the big question though is, can I produce any income doing this on YouTube? And I mean, we all see people that claim to make money on YouTube or even social media, but I'm focusing directly on YouTube.
hmm
Um, I've never made money off of YouTube before, but I have made some money in the social media game, whether it's Instagram or TikTok, back when I was pretty heavy into the gardening social media realm. And I think in the last episode of where I announced that I'm quitting my job for YouTube, I had said before my best months on social media, I'd made up to about $800, which isn't paying a mortgage, but to replace basically $1,000 is the target number for me, that it has to replace my job that I'm quitting a month. I think that's doable. I mean, I I don't some people that I have told in the last week or so have said, "Oh, okay," and they're like, "What? This guy's fucking crazy. There's no way."
I, I don't. I just see you pulling it off because you want to. You're that type of guy. If you want to make it happen, you're going to make it happen.
I I not only do I want to, I enjoy doing stuff like this.
Yes, your creative side. Yes.
And I think you also have that creative spark in you. You have that practical kind of 9 to 5 thing in your head, but I think there's a part of you, because I mean you are a photographer. You're out there hustling. Uh, you've got the concert photography that you're still doing concert stuff, aren't you?
Yes, sir. It's been a little slow as of late, but a lot of bands do not come to Texas when it is hot.
Yeah.
They're smart, very smart.
But you've done like just list off a handful of the bands that you've actually shot in concert.
Here as of late, I did the Black Keys, a band called Empire of the Sun, which
Mm-hmm.
was a little different for me.
Yeah.
Blackberry Smoke, one of my all-time favorites. 6th time photographing,
Mm-hmm.
7th time seeing them. So I think I'm on a list somewhere.
Sure.
That
Well, I mean, that's
this guy's like a stalker. ZZ Top, that's my big one.
that was a big one. I remember
Reverend
you.
Horton Heat,
Yeah.
who's obscure but one of my favorites, rockabilly artist.
Yeah.
A band called Blackstone Cherry, I love. Zach Wild, who used to play with Ozzy Osbourne, was his guitarist for 20 years and has his own thing. Who else? Let me look around the Wall of Fame.
Yeah. Look at that wall there. You
Gary
got all
Clark
kinds of stuff.
Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
the Black Crows, and Ringo Starr, to name a few.
It's an impressive list, and it's one of those things to where you think about going back. I don't know how many years prior to you doing the concert photography, or even before you were actually making money doing photography. Could you really envision yourself in life doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, getting access to shoot these artists and
No,
making money.
it was all kind of through my son-in-law. It was just kind of a fluke. He knew I loved photography and loved music, and asked me if I'd start covering shows in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm standing in front of stages, a lot of local artists, and started from there, small clubs in St. Louis, and then it grew into what it is now,
But it
which
took a
is,
courage for you to do that, right? You were kind of stepping out on the limb a little bit, even though.
I think part of my former career helped me to step out on limbs
Yeah.
because I did that quite a bit in that capacity.
Yeah. We talked
So
about your correction officer days and stuff. And sometimes I think there's been stories that you've told to where the two worlds, your corrections officers and your photography, those worlds have kind of combined at times to where your experience both ways might have helped out.
So, my ultimate fantasy is to do a photo book of inmate art that they draw on their cell walls. I would love to go through a prison or a county jail and just do their artwork and do a photo book of it.
I think I think you're onto something. I mean, that sounds you would definitely have a bunch of people that would be interested in something like that. That is just different. I've never heard anything like that, and I can see it.
Yep, the hardest part's gaining access. So
Well, but
they
luckily
don't want
you probably have some good connections, though.
not as many as I used to.
Yeah.
I struggle a little bit more to get out of a traffic ticket in Texas.
What? So let me ask you, because I almost made it a year at this part-time job. And I'm not
Hmm.
trying to be where I'm not giving out too many details, simply because although I have officially told my boss that I work for, who I do have a fantastic relationship with, and we are on the same page, and there's nothing I withhold from this person or anything like that. I just basically said, look, I can't do this anymore. I've tried as much as I can, and I'm my tank is empty on wanting to put forth the effort to make this work out any longer. And so there is a little bit of an issue to where I I had initially gotten the job just simply because I wanted some backup to ensure, just in case, because my wife had gone through breast cancer for the last couple of
Hmm.
years, and if her company decided that she was costing the company too much money, we would be hurting quite a bit with all of the stuff that she's going through. So I said, well, I can get in somewhere part time, and then if you lost your job or the insurance, I could probably hop onto full time wherever I'm at because I've got my foot in the door and go that way. That's not going to work. I It's just not going to work. And I think once you've spent most of your life like I have, and you know a little bit about what I do and where I've come from and my photography business, I usually work. I'm self-employed. I kind of do my own thing.
Hmm.
So to go in doing a blue collar job to where I'm the bottom guy, but I walk around, I talk to people like I own the building, you're going to have problems.
Yep. I totally understand. I have a job here in Texas, basically for the same reasons. Um, and it's tough because I come from the corrections background where I tell people what to do,
Yeah,
and I can't quite do that.
right. Well, what do you think will be the hardest thing for me to have to kind of figure out in a short amount of time doing the YouTube thing? Because I do have the 5 channels that I'm trying to build up, and I'm really kicking that into gear because the clock is ticking. By the time I actually do leave the job, it could be tomorrow, next week, it could be in a few weeks, but I need to I need to start bringing in some income. So what do you think is going to be
Hmm.
the hardest thing for me for YouTube?
Probably original content and keeping it fresh
Yeah,
and juggling. What do you have? 5 channels?
right.
Yeah. So that's, I know with your inventive mind, though, I think you can work it out.
Well, with the 5 channels and the way it's set up, I've got the hub channel, which is anything that I produce is going to go on the hub channel, which is the Tossing Salad Podcast Hub. But I think for me, when I say 5 channels, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's hard enough to monetize one or to do one successful," and I get that. But for me, it's more of an organizational thing, in that I'm kind of doing the same stuff I was kind of doing before, but I'm organizing it differently. I'm packaging it up differently. So instead of everything that I do that's up, down, left, and right, talking to all sorts of different people and talking about all different sorts of things, the virtual toss salad, right?
Hmm.
I'm breaking that up into 4 main topical ideas that I'm into. So one being the DIY. So anything kind of tool related, fixing stuff around the house, all of that is on one channel on its own.
Which I actually went and looked at,
Oh,
and I didn't know you had that many videos
yeah, well,
on
thank you.
DIY.
Yeah, the TSP DIY, and then I've also got the TSP Sports, which I think right now has been my lowest priority, just because I've been so busy not only with with the job, but then focusing in on the other channels to where a lot of my time being a homeowner, and having lived in a house for over 20 years, a lot of things break down, a lot of things start to fail, and I find myself any kind of free time I'm fixing something that is broken. And so that kind of goes well with the DIY channel because I'm doing that stuff anyways.
Trust me, Brian, I'm in a house that's 3 years old, and I've done enough. already.
Even at 3 years old, you're
Oh
having
my
to fix up a
goodness.
bunch of stuff.
Well, my wife sits around and dreams up ideas and says, "Oh, can we do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Love you, dear."
Margie can't hear you in the background, can she? She better not be
She'll see this
complaining.
video. Jeez.
We love you, Margie. But yeah, so the DIY has been probably the easiest for me to feed as far as content because I'm doing all that stuff anyways.
What's
I've
your
got
goal with the sports channel?
the goal with the sports channel right now is to just almost kind of be a holding place for, because I do like sports and I do like talking about it. It's kind of a holding spot for me to where when I really figure out what I want to do there, I've already got the foundation set up. So, I'm big into college football, college sports. We do a lot of, soccer stuff. But I'm
How
kind
about
of leaving it
hockey?
open.
Still into hockey?
No,
No?
I as a hockey parent and having both kids play and having one playing at a high level for a very long time,
I know what you went
I can't
through.
do it.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that I was always in a bad mood. Even worse than my part-time job was the hockey. But the sports
And
one is just a holding thing for me right now. But the foundation is there. The channel is set. There's some content there. But if there's anything that were to pop up on any particular day, I could crank something out and I've got a place to put it that fits. You know what I'm saying?
sure. So do you want to just concentrate on Missouri sports or would you expand or
A possibility that, I'm a huge Missouri football Tiger fan, Missouri college sport fan, so it's basketball also. But yeah, I could talk about college football in general. I mean, it can expand out a little bit wider. Um, I I tried a little bit of it last fall, but then again, with this job that I had, anything and everything that is creative just completely was just the flame was put out. And I'm
well,
not
I know
working.
you were coming home very tired from your day job.
Well, not only very tired, but I'm doing shit that my back can't take
Yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah.
anything extra. And I think actually the last time I saw you wasn't the Carrie
Yes.
Underwood. That was we met up at Blueberry Hill and then we went to the record store next
Oh,
door.
yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
And
Forgot
I
about
could
that.
barely
Yeah.
walk. I
Yes,
could
you were
barely
not
sit
having a
down.
good day. So we had to have an extra beer. Yes.
Yeah. That was what we went to the record store. You picked out a record for me, which is a fantastic record. And I
God, what was it?
remember
I don't remember. Uh,
you you walked out without buying anything.
I did. Yeah. Because I had transported back to
Mm,
Texas.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But next time, you got to buy something with me. I can't be the only one.
All right. I guess we have a date in October.
And then we have a
Something like
date in
that.
October. So Dwayne and
Yes.
we're shooting the big Mo Cowbell race again. Dwayne was one of my first ones that he and I shot that race a long time ago. And then when you moved to Texas, you weren't available anymore. I mean, you were looking back through my whole photography career and the business and stuff, the gigs you and I have done, it's just you're just one of the best to work with. You're just not only like super talented, like I've always told people and I've told you before, you're a better artistic photographer than I am. Like you hold me accountable that I'm like I've got to up my game when I am with you, but there is also this satisfaction of when you and I shot weddings or we shot the race or something that I don't have to worry about what you're bringing or what you're shooting because you're gonna get the stuff, you're gonna get the shots, and I gotta just make sure that I'm getting my stuff. I don't have to worry about you, but you always were reliable, uh, talented, and unfortunately, that's just trying to find people these days to work with. And I think that's kind of across the board with anything, with anybody that owns a business. You can't find people.
I think reliability. That's the reliability is just the hardest. It's get somebody to show up and
Yeah.
be somewhat interested and present.
Yeah. And not be like, you got to worry about, I don't have to worry about, about Dwayne interacting with the bride or the bridesmaids because I'm like, oh my God, he's got a record or he's not good with socializing with people. I mean, you had every single tool, and that's something that somebody like myself or somebody that works with you, we don't know what we have until you're gone and we don't have access to you anymore. And then it's like, Jesus, now you turn me on to a couple or at least one guy who's actually turned out pretty good, Lewis here in
Yes,
town.
very, very good dude. Yeah, yeah.
And he's
And
done a
he
fantastic
brings
job.
the same. He does a couple other charity events, and he's always there and on it.
Yeah. So do you think there is a market for somebody on YouTube at this age, or is it just because I'm to the point to where it's like, TikTok's kind of a younger thing. I've seen some older people on it, and I think, and some of them take advantage of the fact that, okay, there's not a lot of people like that on there, and so they do all right. But YouTube, I don't know.
Brian, I'm just gonna say I've seen your content on everything, and there are some older guys that are making videos that are out there that are just horrible. So yes, you've got a very good shot of sticking out.
But do you think I I can relate to enough people to make this work for me? Because I'm not, although I am doing this for fun, and fun is the reason why I can do this and crank stuff out every single day that I'm doing it. But this has to replace $1,000 a month.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't do it. And you've got your mind set on doing it.
Right.
And when you've got your mind set on something and there's possibility of getting paid, you're going to make it happen. So
what do you think about paying for StreamYard? That's my last episode 2 is going up tonight, and the big thing is StreamYard, which is the kind of the program that we're on now, the software that allows me to interview and talk to other people. It's a very intuitive thing. I love it, but I was paying $250 for the last couple of years for their top tier stuff. And then when they raised their prices to where it was, I mean, I think it's up to $800, $900 a year.
that's crazy.
Bailed last fall. And then that's when I got the job. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not paying money for something that I'm not going to be doing a lot of. I just got the email yesterday that, hey, come back. We'll do 40% off, which is about $450. It's a little bit more than what I was paying, but it's within the wheelhouse. And I'm like, boy, it would help. It would be a tool that would help.
What else is out there? What do you have?
That's intuitive, that works with everything. Like this just works. It's very easy. There's other things. There's one that's a free program called OBS, I believe a lot of people use. It's not as streamlined, but there's a lot more functions and functionality that you can use with that. So that is a possibility if I want to go without paying. I don't mind paying a little bit, but I mean, $450 is making me think. But I'm also like, if it's a tool I need, and talking about like with my TSP Entertainment, my TSP Total Entertainment, where we do records, music, videos, movies, all that fun stuff. I'm getting back. I'm getting back into gaming, which I haven't done since almost before the kids were born, with this new Nintendo Switch 2. And I think there's a little bit of a market online for older people playing against each other. And I can even see where, you and I have a Switch, we're playing and we're talking about something,
If you only like baseball on Switch, because that's all I play.
Do you have a Switch?
I do.
Do you really?
Yes. But all I play is baseball and I'm horrible at it. But if you had tips and tricks for old people like us, well, I'm a little older.
I would get into anything if it's just like, at night we kind of hang out for 30 minutes or something and we just kind of play or something. I'm loving the Switch too, by the way. I'm a week into getting it as a gift from my mom, who this was kind of out of nowhere and it really kind of shocked me. And there's just something about, I guess, the Nintendo universe that a lot of the games, you don't have to be really good. It's just they're fun for young people, old people. And like Mario Kart, I'm having a blast playing. I'm like in towards the bottom of every
I get
race.
so frustrated with the baseball because I try to be so good at it, but I'm so bad at it.
What game, like what specific game is that? And I'll look to see if I can get it on the Switch too.
The show.
The show, is that the
Yeah.
like 2025? Is that the latest version or
Yes,
what?
I buy every year. I have
Okay.
since 2022.
And do you know, can you and I play if we're on different, if you're on the Switch and I'm on Switch too?
Most certainly. Yeah.
Really?
It's got online play. Yeah.
Okay. After we get off here, you see, actually what I'm trying to do is get you on tonight to talk about this, but I'm trying to get you to help do some content on all my channels because I think you could come up with stuff for every single one on
All right.
DIY,
First of all, on the
records,
sports,
video games.
on the sports, I've always wanted to photograph cage fighting. So that's got to be my first sporting event.
What's your, I mean, do you have an in or is there something down there
Mm,
in Texas? That,
no, I just throw something out there, find out who the promoter is, and probably go that route.
yeah.
But
Well,
they have it down in Texas. They have it at the casino occasionally.
sure.
So yeah, that and boxing, two things I've always wanted to photograph.
So this is kind of a good segue then to at the end here for our quick little pop in. You had asked me, I think you had watched the first video where I said I was quitting. I appreciate you reaching out and watching the video and all that stuff. And
Well, it
you
took me
had
by surprise a little bit. So I was like, "Oh, what's Brian got going on here?"
yeah, because I don't think I had posted an actual video, a long form video on that channel in forever. So with that popping up, I'm sure it kind of like there was a couple other people that I haven't talked to in probably over a year that reached out and said, "We saw the video. What's going on?" But
Yeah,
you,
that was definitely a surprise, and I can't remember where I first saw it. And I was like, "Oh, I think on Instagram maybe if you posted." And,
I didn't post that on Instagram.
okay, maybe I
Yeah,
just saw it on YouTube. I
yeah,
think under my subscribe,
yeah.
I saw you came up and with a fresh video, so I went and checked it out.
So what is, you pitched me an idea that you were thinking of. Something got you going. The wheels started turning, and I was
Well,
like,
of
well, let's
course, I'm.
talk about it when we have.
They're always turning and smoking, and yeah, it's a mess up there.
You wanted to pitch something for the entertainment channel, for the TSP entertainment channel.
I kind of did. I had a thing. Maybe I go out and photograph some shows
Mm-hmm.
for the channel, and then the entertainment channel, and then maybe come on and review the show a little bit, and maybe go to some shows I normally wouldn't go to, and kind of tell you about maybe my process, my thought process, what I
Yeah.
saw, and all that.
I I thought when you had texted me a little bit of the details or something, I mean just a little bit you did say, I was like, I love it because that's something that that didn't go through my mind, much less, you being involved or whatever. I would love to incorporate you somehow in whatever you idea that you have. And then
I'll
here
be
I'm
your
thinking,
Texas affiliate. Yes.
yeah. Well, it's like, and I mean, I never watched, what is it, the Daily Show on Comedy Central back in the day, which I've never really watched it, but all those comedians came up on that and they went off and did their own thing. And I told you, I was like, look, if you want to try to come up with some ideas to kind of test it out here for maybe down the road, you want to kind of start doing your own YouTube channel, I would love to help you do that too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably feel comfortable just hanging out and putting some content out for you.
Yeah,
So
no, I think it's great. So if you want to come up with some kind of idea on what you want to do and how you want to incorporate, is it kind of you just package up a video and then we just post it there, or are you doing a little bit of a video and then we kind of do an intro to where we talk about a little bit and then we roll your video? Anything like that, let me know what your idea is.
I'm kind of thinking of setting like this, and we'll post some of my photos, and I'll give you a little bit of my thought process, what I thought of the show.
What
Uh,
about like a little behind the scenes, like when you're actually there, you
yeah,
kind of sneak off and you're like, hey, I'm here at the uh, Carrie Underwood concert, getting ready to shoot in the third act or something, and you just a little 2 minutes of what's going on, or hey, they're not letting us shoot normal. You know what I'm saying? When you went over all those details with ZZ Top and everything, but like when you're actually there, just capturing 2 or 3 minutes of you just explaining something, I think that'd be cool too.
yeah, we can drop a little video in there. Yeah.
Which I am thinking you and I, when we shoot the race together this fall, I'm gonna have my stuff and we're gonna sneak off for a little bit and do some behind the scenes video of just kind of you and I talking about what it's like shooting a race of 5,000 runners, and what your experience was for the day and mine. And
Hopefully, it's warmer than
oh,
normal.
you usually it's hotter than hell, isn't it?
It's been mighty cold up on that bridge, but I've
Well,
got a
yeah,
new location this year, so we'll see if it's
yeah.
a little warmer.
Your location's a little different. Dwayne's usually the guy. He's shooting on the is that the Boone, not Boone Bridge. That's the other one. Uh, Vet-
The
Memorial Bridge, Veterans Memorial Bridge or something.
Yeah, what is that?
364 Bridge.
364
The
bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever page goes over if you're familiar with the St. Louis area. So Dwayne's usually up there with the wind blowing and getting some cool shots, and then I'm
But the
over at the
difference is I won't work a 12-hour shift ahead of time,
yeah.
even though I am photographing a wedding the night before.
Oh, is that? I thought it was the day. No, the race was the day after. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
the
right. Yeah.
race, yep, day after the wedding. So
Yeah.
I'll have about a 12-hour day of photographing a wedding, and then we'll be over to shoot cowbell.
Well, hopefully Sunday for cowbell it won't be too long for you. That's usually pretty quick on that bridge. But
That'd be
uh,
good. I'm not flying out till Monday.
no, okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like we'll have to make sure we get hydrated after or something. I don't know. We'll plan it out. That's a little bit of time to talk about that coming up in October. But Dwayne, I appreciate you popping in and kind of helping me, think some things through and offering up some potential content ideas for TSP Entertainment. So I'm sure we will have you back on to talk about probably music and vinyl and probably some kind of Netflix show again. Talk photos. You and I got on here and did a photo thing to where we reviewed a wedding client that you and I had. So you've kind of done a bunch of content with me already.
I know I'm starting to become a regular. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, if you're interested in what it's like to be 50 years old, quitting your job for YouTube to start a channel, and really not just one channel, but 5, you're going to want to tune into this series because I'm going to walk you through all the good, all the bad, everything I struggle with, and all the things that I kind of figure out as I get this stuff going. I'm not thinking about doing it. I'm in the middle of doing it. It's happening. I'm having to build it up. So we will see everybody on the next episode. Dwayne, thank you for hanging out tonight.
Thanks for having me, Brian. Always a pleasure.
See ya. All right, let me end.